Be ready. 5 seconds. Start. Honorable Speaker, I rise today to bring attention to an issue of immense significance that directly impacts the lives of millions of government employees across this country, the need for the establishment of the 8th Pay Commission. Our public servants who work diligently across various sectors are the pillars on which the nation stands. From those in the armed forces, healthcare, education, law enforcement to administrative roles, the sacrifices and hard work of government employees enable our nation to function smoothly. As we move forward into the future, it is crucial that we ensure these employees are provided with the support, recognition, and compensation that reflects their immense contribution. The last pay commission, the 7th, was implemented in 2016, and while it certainly brought improvements, the realities of today's economy show us that it no longer meets the needs of the public servants. We live in an era where inflation is relentless, the cost of living continues to rise, and demands on government employees have only increased. Whether it's due to the ongoing challenges brought about by the pandemic, the rapid pace of urbanization, or the increasing costs of housing, healthcare, and education, our employees are facing more financial pressures than ever before. It is crucial that the 8th Pay Commission addresses these concerns and provide public servants with the wages they deserve, wages that reflect the work they do and value they provide to the nation. The cost of living, particularly in urban centers, has increased significantly in recent years, and many government employees find it difficult to meet their basic needs, let alone support their families. In light of this, it is imperative that the Pay Commission consider a salary revision that is reflective of the current economic realities. Employees at every level, especially those in lower and middle level positions, should not be struggling to make ends meet. We must work toward a system that offers them financial security, allowing them to focus on their work without the constant worry of financial strain. In addition to salary revisions, the 8th Pay Commission must also focus on allowances, benefits, and pensions. House Rent Allowance (HRA) is one such allowance that has failed to keep pace with the soaring rental costs in urban areas. Government employees, particularly those working in big cities, are facing a housing crisis. Rents have skyrocketed, leaving employees with little disposable income to cover other expenses. A substantial revision of the HRA structure is long overdue. Moreover, medical allowances and travel benefits should also be revisited to ensure employees have adequate access to healthcare services and are fairly compensated for work-related travel. Another crucial aspect that must be considered by the Pay Commission is the pension system for retired government employees. Our pensioners have spent decades in service to the nation, and it is only fair that their post-retirement years be free from financial worries. Unfortunately, many of our retirees continue to face the brunt of inflation, with pensions not being adjusted regularly to match rising costs. This has resulted in many pensioners struggling to maintain a comfortable lifestyle. A revision of the pension system is essential to ensure that those who have dedicated their careers to the nation are well taken care of after retirement. Furthermore, the 8th Pay Commission must also account for the impact of technological changes and modern working conditions. Government employees now face the additional challenge of adapting to rapid technological advancements. Whether it is digitization, e-governance, or the introduction of artificial intelligence, our workforce needs to be equipped with the right skills and tools to meet these challenges. The 8th Pay Commission should take into account the need for ongoing training and professional development, ensuring that government employees are ready to tackle the demands of a modernized administration. It is also critical that the 8th Pay Commission addresses the gender disparity in the pay structure. While significant progress has been made in many areas, women in the government workforce still face challenges in terms of equal pay for equal work, opportunities for career growth, and work-life balance. We must ensure that women government employees are given equal opportunities and fair compensation, thereby contributing to a more inclusive and equitable workplace. Moreover, it is essential that the Pay Commission takes into account the regional variations in the cost of living. Government employees working in remote or rural areas often face unique challenges, including limited access to basic amenities, higher transportation costs, and lack of healthcare services. A region-specific pay structure is needed to ensure that employees in these areas are compensated fairly for the added difficulties they face. No matter where they are stationed, every public servant must feel that they are valued and adequately supported. Honorable Speaker, while pay increases are essential, we must also focus on improving the working conditions of our public servants. Many government employees work long hours, face stressful situations, and are often underappreciated.